Good morning, everybody. It's the God Chaser Sports GCS or GC Sports 2000 weekly update. And I am somewhat excited for some local news, but I'll get into that when I get to the football. But let's get into this real quick. Once again, my name is Sean Patrick Green. I go by Fudge in all the leagues, and somewhat a decent week for me, and you know, somewhat a great revenge week uh, in some football leagues. So something that I needed. But let's get back to really. Let's get to the recap. We'll start with hockey right away, and just as I'm going to the hockey leagues, my Sabres were not favorable the last couple months, but we had at least one decent win, and we got some a ways to go. But anyways, here we are. This is what I am ranked right now in all my leagues, going from top to bottom. GCHL East, ninth place. GCHL West, ninth place. GCHL International, third place. Christian Hockey League, second place. Pagulaville, 716, first place. Veterans Hockey League, ninth place. And Veterans First, third place. So as you see, I'm doing halfway decent in some, more than halfway in some, and I'm in ninth place in three other leagues. So we'll explore that real quick in the God Chaser Sports Leagues right now. God Chaser Hockey League East. And we'll just recap last week's plays. Week 8, we finished. The Bombers down in Tennessee defeated me 7-2, so that dropped me to ninth place. So my hope in my division is very, very weak. The Bombers, however, improved their chances of topping their division throughout the season, right behind on thin ice, who really had a bad game against Ontario Mavericks. So you got to watch out for Yao, who's already got 107 points for the whole league. Wow. 42, 21, and 11. Greater than .669 win percentage. So gets off my lawn is right behind him, right there. We had a conversation last week. If anybody didn't get a chance to listen to it, go check it out. But gets off my lawn, who goes by Bowen, was my special guest last week. We'll see if anybody wants to join the conversation this week. At any rate, I'm not doing too well. I lost to the Bombers. Gets off my lawn, beat the Cyclones, who's Ozzy nickname. Still a pretty competitive team, but he improves to 98 points for that league, which is second overall. But Bombers and on thin ice looks like they're the ones that are going to be battling it out at this point for that division. But we still got a long ways to go. Only 8 weeks out of 22. So there you have it, folks. Right now in the East. In the West, let's go to the West, where I lost also. I'm in last place. So, all right. So the loading is a little slow. I got a lot of stuff going on my computer right now. I'm going against Bishop Roberts, by the way, this week in the East. I'm going against the West, Boo Boo Bandits, who's in fourth place. We'll see how everybody did last week. The Turkeys beat me 7-2. They keep their status as first place because of that. You're welcome. But that's not what I'm not gifting you that. That's just what happened. On thin ice, third place. And that's Albert's team that they defeated, keeping us both below our win level. Liberty Flames, a much needed win against Blue Line Checkers, who's very competitive all the time. And Lockport beat the Boo Boos, who I got to play this week. But yeah, and improved to second place. What's a much needed win for him. King Henrik, last year's champion, was beaten by the Sharks, who not so well. As you see, they played each other in the championship last year. So if anything, there's a little revenge championship matchup there. So I'm still at 68 points in this league as well. Lockport 92, Alba is 97, Nice 92 as well. 91 is Boo Boo Bandits. So those are the top four. They're the ones to beat, it seems. That's going to be a very interesting league to follow throughout the years. But again, we're talking still another 12, 13, 14 weeks. Depends on the league. All right, so I'm going to be playing Florida Freeze next week. Let's see how I did this past week, week 8. And I beat the Black and Blues. Very good, 6-3. Keeps me in third place. And our division is very tight. We're a very tight division. But the top three of us are in our division. Fourth place is Polish Power. Actually, he should be in second place. We do have division leader gets the second seed. So we're going to change that in a little bit. But overall, On Thin Ice once again is in the top of this division. Espresso second with 95 points. And I'm in third with 89. Polish Power's got 85 and 80 for Florida Freeze, who that is my opponent. So Black and Blue, Lemke, not too good this season, 3-6. That was On Thin Ice. So hey, it's top competitor, so I can't put it past them on that. Black and Blues, Wonderful Zeal. They're trying to make some moves on while we're moving. Going to the Christian Hacky League. All right. So this is a tough division. And once again, Germano and I are in second and first place. So this is a very awesome matchup that we'll be playing this week. We'll get to that a little bit, but that's going to be the game of the week, I would say. Here's what happened last week. I beat the Bombers 5-3. Germano or Gaz, Arier, Roboto Gaz, that's weird, beat Lemke, 7-1. That's terrible. King Henrik beating Bread of Life. Seaville Predheads beat On Thin Ice, which is not an easy feat. And Cutthroats beating Claremont Lightning. So here I'm doing very well, 78 points. But I have three teams above me in the other division. Germano, Henrik, and the Bombers. So, but my division, I'm doing pretty well, 10 points ahead of Lemke, which is very important to be a little bit ahead of my division rival. And I'm happy to see that. Let's see who won last year again. Oh, yeah, Predheads beat me. So right now, they're not doing too well. So we'll see. They can rise up still. We'll see how that works. All right, so let's get to some non-sanctioned God Chaser sports leagues here real quick. This is just a Buffalo Sabres fan group. Rasmus Dahlin is what I went by, who is injured, by the way, from the Sabres. So this is where I'm at, 8-0, so I'm excited about that. I won the championship last year, and I'm on top this year, so I'm doing pretty well. And these are by points, so looks like I could continue my streak with the projected points coming up. But here's the points from last week. So, yep, I am dominating. And there's no loss there. Okay, Veterans Hockey League. If anybody's a veteran of the United States of America or Canada we'll put you in there. We have a couple leagues that I run. So I'm in second last place out of 10. I lost pretty decisively to the Puck Idol and my division. Well, not divisions actually, but Adirondack Thunder is up on top, right behind him. And I mean, I'm really way back, so I got some splaining to do. All right, so there's the hockey leagues, and that's where we're at. Go on to the basketball leagues. And it looks like I did pretty decent last week as well. So pretty excited about that. Here's my matchups for the week. But right now I'm in fourth in God Chasers Basketball Association East. God Chasers Basketball Association West, I'm in first place. GCBA Free For All, I'm in third place. Gospel of B-Ball, I'm in fifth. One Accord B-Ball Jam, I'm in third. One Accord B-Ball Jam 2, I'm in seventh. Jesus Saves, I'm 10th. And the Armed Forces Veterans, I'm 7th. So, and I go against number 2 in Eastern. Let's just hit God Chasers Basketball Association Eastern Conference. All right. So we're not in divisions in this. I'm 9 games behind because of my tie with Aussie. Looks like I think that's who I played. Let's go to that. Week 6 in basketball. So yes, Aussie and I, we tied, so we didn't really move, either one of us. But we both stayed tied, actually, with our record. Right there with each other. So if anything, we are both very competitive, and we matched each other both last week. However, the Bombers beat the Nuts. Armor of God beat Debo. Bishop Roberts maintains number 1, defeating Nuggets 6-3. And Yao is right behind him, 5 games behind him, 5.5, by defeating third place Dakota 6-3 as well. Dakota being one of the top football teams this week as well in one division. So we are doing very well as far as my team. And again, Yao beat Roberts last year in the championship. So will that be a rematch? Or could Ozzy and me be a rematch? Or is Roberts and Ozzy a rematch? Or Ozzy and Yao a rematch? Who knows? Bishop and Bomber rematch. Anything goes. So we still got a long way to go for that one. All right, let's hit the Western real quick. Western Conference, we have Lockport. I'm playing this week. All right. I love playing against him. He was uber competitive. All right, so it's going to be a pretty good matchups, I think. I think ours will be the more exciting. Robertson Q's in the house. That's going to be a good one, too. We'll see what happens. All right, so go team. I took care of that one. 6-3. I'm in first place, and I cannot believe Army Black Knights, who won the last 2 years in a row, is in second place and 9 games behind me. And with Yao beating them 5-4 last week, that solidified my lead. And I increased my lead by beating Go Team. So that's an awesome achievement in my part. Thank you very much. With only one move all season. How you like that? But I do set my roster every week. Q's in the house, took care of Turkey, keeping them in top spots. Actually, they brought them up probably one spot because of Go Team losing. Let's see. Lemke lost. Yao won. And Roberts won. So Roberts might get himself kind of slowly creep himself way up there. So going to be some good matchups this week. Looking forward to seeing all that. But the top 6 still pretty tight. I mean, top 9, there's still nobody out. Yao is made a statement last week, so we'll see if that's going to be a continuing trend. But this is a very active group. Even though I only got one win, I still do one move. I do a lot of resets, and I think I drafted well this year. So let's see how that works out. Alrighty, so that was the West. GCBA free for all. I'm in third place. Yay! I'm going to play McNasty, who's 12th. Now, again, I don't see everybody's active except for me. I didn't have to pick anybody because I drafted well, but I always set my league. So let's see how we did. But the Angels beat me last week. Oh, there goes my win streak. Let's see, how did I do? Well, I didn't really have a win streak. So all right, so right now, Ruben, myself, and Turkey were a couple within 4 behind each other. We're in the top 4. And that division, forget it. Too close to call that one because this division can go up and down quite a bit this whole season. So I'm not even gonna speculate as to who's doing what. But our division, I mean, Top Gun Angels trying to make a run for it, but you know, Ruben's win kind of took. Actually, I think I was in first place in this division, and that win kind of put him over me. And now my loss. So good on you for slowing me down there, Angela, down in Florida. So interesting week. Bombers beat the Qs. Daryl beat Turkey. Butch beat Space Jam, puts him in second place. Um, so that Turkey was actually right behind me, I think. Last week, Space Jam, Butch. Space Jam was the champion last year. Matter of fact, that was a revenge match right there because Space Jam beat Butch in the championship. That was a championship rematch. Ruben beat Wyoming, and then Psalm 104 beat McNasty. So Wyoming, that's a interesting loss there, but still, nobody is out. Look at that. Look at how tight this race is. Actually, the second, third, fourth, and fifth teams in this division are 4 games behind first place. So it's still anybody's game. That's pretty interesting. When's the chance you'll see that again? All right, so let's get to the one accord B-ball jams. First one we're going to go to. This one is, I just did free for all. It brought me back there. Oh, Gospel B-ball. Let's get to that one. Let's see how well I did. I don't think I did too well. All right, I'm playing a Zeppelin this week. I'm in 5th place. We'll see how this looks. All right, so I'm 5 games behind. I lost to somebody. I think I know who it was, but we'll see. Stunned like a pimp. Yep. So stunned like a pimp. I got lost 6-4. Most wanted, trying to get out of the basement, beating centered attention. Gilberto, solidly number 1. Another big win, 8-2. So actually, looks like which one of you two was one last week? I have to look at it. But the champion last year was center of attention, beating stunned like a pimp. So could be a reversal of that one. Gilberto beating Chalmers. That was not just a win, but a solid defeat. Transformers beating Zeppelin, and then Yao and Daryl matched each other, staying right there in the race together. But it's me who slipped. So I think I was in 3rd overall, and I slipped down to 5th place. Not good. All right, get to the one accord B-ball jams. I got somebody texting me. Just give me 1 second here as we look at this. Let's see. this one here. HGA I'm playing this week. That's HGA Saints is Chalmers. Okay. See who did last week. Third place. Yay, I beat Mark. Big ball, big, bad, ball blessed Water Walker Warrior down there in Indiana. Or St. Louis. Or no, not St. Louis. In Illinois, he lives in. Water Walker defeated Husky. Took out one core DJ there. American Authors. Chalmers beat them. Trying to get out of the basement. That's a good thing. Rocks Brigade beat Debo. Yes. And Mile High Baller beat Phil. Going to solidly stay in that first place. Mile High Baller is absolutely the top dude overall in the last 5, 6, 7 years, maybe in this whole history. I'll show you in a minute. Ozzy beating Nice Cheat. Keep him in the mix. And look, we went to 3 divisions this year. And so I'm on the top of this division. So I'm only 8-10 against my division, but 35-19 overall. So that's a good win. That's a good win right there. Thank you, Mark, for slacking. So Mark and Phil, they're slackers. Husky and Big Ball, they're slackers, even though one beat the other. Nice Cheating Debo are slackers. American Authors, but who's not slacking? Mile High Ballers with only one move. 4 for me, Rock and Ozzy. So we're the ones that are going to be making this happen. This looks like. You never know, though. Never know. But being a third is not a bad thing. It keeps me in the playoff run. Last year, Ozzy beat Mile High Baller, but as you can see, Mile High Baller has been in the top 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in a row. And if you count now, it's 7 years in a row. So, how about that? Mile High has the best record overall of anybody. So, shout out to them. But they're the ones that always beat. They're the ones we're always going to try to go after. But here we are. The top teams went 6-3. So that kind of not bridges, but widens the gap. That's exciting. All right, so one core B Ball Jam 2. I'm going against Guyano. Week 6 was me beating PG, who was runner-up last year. If you look at the game, Space Jam. Nope, not last year. Not in this league. Oh, wrong league I was thinking of. So let's just go up. So I beat PG. David beat the Bombers. Clay Button Heat beat Wagons. Space Jam beat Dakotas. And the Nats beat Yano, keeping his number 1 spot. I'm 9 games behind my division rival. And everybody except for the one below us in my division 1, David, Clay, and Flavor beat everybody 7-2 last week. So that keeps us above everybody in rankings. So that's a good sign for us. But bad sign because it's tough for us to get to that number 1 dude right there. Because David's Mighty Men still has a chance to take that division any week. So we'll see how that works out. Excellent. So who's playing? So actually, David's Mighty Men and the Nats will be playing each other. So we'll see who might take the champion or the division next week. Just never know. So that's exciting. All right, and Jesus Saves. These are just non-sanctioned God Chasers. These are not God Chasers teams. But as you see, I'm not doing too well. Last place and not doing too well at all. So let's just go back. We could skip that. And the Veterans League, again, not doing as well. Let's see how I did last week. However, I did win, so at least it brings me out of the basement a little bit. But still 8 points behind first. First is run by two leagues now, so two teams with another team one behind. So it's the gap is widening little by little, but I'm gonna do my best, man, to try to defeat everybody. All right, so everybody, we have all the wrap up of hockey and basketball. And before I move forward, just remember you can go to our Facebook page, like us, watch us on this platform, and you can join us if you'd like. All right. And in the groups, if you want to be invited to other leagues later. So please join us. God Chasers Sports, GC Sports 2000, God Chasers. You can always go to the Facebook pages. You can go to the Twitter pages. There's a lot of options. So just keep it locked, guys. We got a lot more coming. So join the group if you want to join the league. All right, let's continue our pre. Actually, let's recap college football. How's that? So college football, I played in a league as kind of like an homage to the Buffalo Bulls, who are bowl eligible this week. Thank you for Jarrett Patterson, our football running back extraordinaire for the Buffalo Bulls for the University at Buffalo, had 298 yards and 6 touchdown runs to beat, I believe it was Bowling Green. No, not Bowling Green. Maybe it was Bowling Green. Regardless of who they won against, they're bowl eligible and they're going to the Bahamas, the Bahama Bowl. That's right. So we're excited about that. But my team did not win. I was second overall. All right. And I lost to 3 teams. All right. Cartman, Alabama, and roast beef. I started some really great players, but I failed to win in the brackets of any kind. So the playoffs, roast beef beat Cartman, Gorilla beat me, and then Cartman did a rematch and beat me as well. Roast beef won it all, Gorilla. So congratulations, college. So next year, God Chasers, we're going to be doing some college football fantasy teams. All right. And I had 3 different picks. All right. The overall picks, I'm in the 89th percentile. I did all right. But God Chasers still first place. Here we are. 299 wins. Trying to believe the Bombers, 12th man, and college disciples. All right. So looks like I could take this whole thing as long as my picks are in on time. Also, second of 3 Grape Apes, but this is where I'm happy. I'm almost in the 90th percentile. All right, so that's last week, 15. So week 15, this is going to be it. This is the last week, but 14 out of 25. So I just did a straight pick all the way down. I should have picked San Diego State. That's my team, but I didn't. The Navy I picked, and I knew that would be all right. This was going to be tough. SMU, Oregon State beating Oregon, that's a big one. Auburn beating Alabama, that was a big one. Wisconsin, Boston College beating Pittsburgh, half and half. Purdue beating Indiana, that was interesting. West Virginia beating TCU, that was a great matchup. And Cincinnati beating Memphis, that was a big one. That was a great game, actually, watching that. Nebraska beating Iowa, that was kind of a surprise. And Virginia beating Virginia Tech, another great game. I love all these in-state rivals the last couple weeks of college football. It's always fun to watch. Even though San Diego State and BYU, they're in the Western Conference. They're whack. Still, that was a great at least matchup. But the in-state rivalries or at least interdivisional rivalries are always fun to watch. Navy over Houston, not exactly the biggest rival, but solid game for Navy. And those of you who remember me mentioning Navy veteran, so I'm excited about that. All right, let's just get right to it now. Last part of our pre Monday night game matchup. Here's where I stand. It's really close, and some are on the fence, I blew it out. So I won. It looks like. I mean, there's a chance that Gilberto can come back, but that's not likely. This is still up in the air, but I have to come back. Otherwise, no bowl eligibility for me for the veterans. The rookie has 8 spots. Veterans has 6. If you see where I'm at, this could jump me up to 6th place right here, or 7th place actually. Gilberto will stay in 8th, and I'll show you in a second. Jesus Freak, who's in last place, if he beats me, then he'll bump me out of the complete eligibility. God Chasers Football League, I'm not eligible at all. But to beat my division rival is everything. That's my dude right there. Daleen and I have always been competitive. He's a Bills fan. We're excited about the Bills, but every year since we started, he's been almost every year he's been in part of this league. And so he's my rival since the very beginning. He won the championship the first year, I won it the second year. So ever since 2000, 2001, it's been him and I competing. And the Christian League, I might be knocked out of bowl eligibility, but I still have a chance. I definitely am not eligible to take the division, but I just still have a chance to be in. I gotta, it's a must win next week. This is such a close game. I mean, I have a high score. The chances are I'm going to win, but you never know. He's got a couple players he's got to play Raider Nation for his week. We also got the Fudge Bowl, which I won decisively. I'll stay in second place. I'll have a bye week. And the Veterans League, I am solid. I'm going to be in first place, and I just need to win to keep my first place spot. So here is week 14 matchups. All right. So this is the last week. Rookie and a Veteran League. God Chasers, Christian League, Christian World League, and the Veterans all have one more matchup in week 14. And then I have a bye for the week. The week 14 is week 1 round. First round for the rookie, veterans, and the Fudge Bowl. So, am I worried about this one? Yes. About this one, yes, because Vlimke is massive right now, and this one, yes, because he's been on a roll. He's second now because he beat my division rival, who was first. Now that's going to be the big one right here, locker room. This is actually going to be the postseason Super Bowl, if you will, the big champion. See who's going to be 1 and 2. All right, so let's get to the rookie league. We'll recap this right now. We'll do this in a couple minutes. I'm going to wrap this up quickly, guys. I'm going to make this fast. I got a big project to work on. So, beating Gilberto is huge, man. Huge. If you see it right here, look at that. Fantasy Hawk, our division champion already, is ahead of us, but I have a chance to at least stay competitive with one more. Oh, actually, this is it. This is it. See, playoffs. See? Fantasy Hawks. See, I wasn't in it, but now I am. And who do we knock off this week, actually? Even with Gilberto losing. Who do we knock off? Where's it at? I think Jesus Freaks, because Berta Browns, I think, is going to beat them. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's pretty close. You never know. This still can go either way, but it's either going to be Gilberto or the Jesus Freak. Let's see how many points we're looking at. Gilberto and Jesus Freaks. Uh-oh. So the last place for this league is going to go to. It's between really me, Gilberto, and Jesus Freak. It's me. It's mine to lose. I've already did my part. I just got to make sure Gilberto can't pass me tonight. If so, I'm in. He might be completely out, or depends on how Berto Jesus Freak matchup goes. But everybody else is locked in. As far as which ranking, who knows? But it looks like the Nats are gonna lose, right? Yep, the Nats will lose. We could do this in the stat tracker if you want, but as a matter of fact, let's do that. Stat tracker. Stat tracker to me is a lot more fun to watch before Monday night and talk about the matchups. So here we are. There we go. I got 99% chance to win. So let's go. Here it is. Here's the playoff berths here. Number 9, Jesus Freak could lose to the Berta Browns. Okay, what are the chances of winning? Berta Browns has a good chance of winning. Cubbies have a good chance of beating the Broncos. So that's encouraging for them. They still got Kirk Cousins and Rain Wilson playing each other tonight. So who knows? That can go anywhere. But the chance is supposed to be in Lemke's favor. He also has Seattle's defense on the bench or on the fly there. So this is all I'm worried about right now. Just getting in. I have to get in. Here's the live stats. This is what the playoff picture looks like right now before Monday night matchups. So we'll see how this is going to work out. All right. This is the one I have to win. I got 2 players still. I got Dane Cook and Stefan Diggs. Of course, I know it's another. It's not what's his name? Whatever. I'm not trying to be funny. This is serious business here, guys. All right, I gotta win. I gotta win. All right, this is second to the last week. I have a chance, provided Bannerman loses. So it's a serious business, guys. Ain't playing games anymore. Last couple weeks, man. Got to do this. Here's where it's looking like right now. The playoff picture looks like Isaiah could win, beating Bannerman. Still hope for Bannerman, but it looks pretty close. Bombers and Turkeys. All right, that one could go either way with tonight's matchup. But either way, I think Turkey will still maintain his status to be in the playoff because of 6 teams at this point. But the Bombers could really boost his position. Bannerman, like I said, could go either way. Gridiron, I doubt that will be a win. So it looks like that's where they're going to be standing. And Terrible Titans, I think, solidified his number 1 or 2 playoff spot. So Isaiah and the Titans will be the playoff buys because of the 6 seeds for that division. All right. Once again, I'm so proud of this. Beating numbers could have knocked him out of it completely. Next week, the numbers has to play against the family guy up there on top, Hugh. So I hope that Daleen gets knocked out. I'm excited about that. All right. Bannerman up against huge loss to the Titans. Who's hungry right now? This is Titans were like 0-4, if I'm not mistaken, weeks ago. And here they are now vying for a championship in their division. That's amazing. Same with Burrow Bombers or Wyoming Wind. Actually, this is the Wild West, man. You just never know what's going to happen in the Wild West. So some of you might not be able to see what's on the bottom here. Let's see if I can clear that. Well, maybe not. So on the bottom here, I'm sorry, you can't see it, but the bottom Wyoming win is 5th place. Okay. So right now, the chances are the Bombers could take that division. One more week left to find that out. But it's still up in the air. Could be anybody. At the Cross could take this division. Look at that. The South is wide open. But beating the Finns fan at the Cross has been in the bottom of this league for a couple of years now, and this is it. Now they're back in action. It's exciting to see that. 3 wins in a row. Again, the Titans, Denny Leak, losing to Guns and Rosen. Once again, gives the Bombers that lead, and God Family Packers will solidify his number 1 spot with everybody else pretty much on the bottom, waiting to see who's number 2, 3, and 4. I mean, nobody knows. Nobody's can predict this, but if I'm a betting man, which I don't want to say I am, but if I'm going to pick the Titans at the Cross and the Bombers to win their divisions. God Family Packer already won. So here's the live standings. I'm completely out. I have no hope, but the Titans still has hope, and that could knock off numbers defeating the Bannermen this week. So that's what we were hoping for. All right. Let's go to the Christian League. All right, we already went to the Jesus Freaks Christian League. 71 right here. Look at that. Took me out, man. Took me out of the running. There's still 8 spots for the division, I believe. I could be wrong, actually. I'm gonna look it up. I have to look this up real quick. Give me 1 second. Fantasy sports is stressful this time of year. Not to mention, I have two things I got to do. I have two projects I'm working on in school for one film, one podcast, one short documentary. So, what am I looking at? Christian League. Okay, I already know God Chaser Sports has 8 positions. The Christian League has 6, I believe, as well. I need to make sure. Playoff spots. Yeah. Okay, so looks like I could be out. I have 1 more week. I have to play the nighttime. Most Wanted has to play Psalm. And I'm hoping that, even though Psalm is my division rival, I'm hoping we're the 2 winners next week. So here's where we're going now with this. All right. So amazing that Redeemed for Life defeats their division rival to top their division right now. Blue and Gold losing to John 3:16 and yet staying on top. That's an amazing feat. Points leader still Amazing Grace though, regardless of who was winning. And let's see what else we got. Broncos beating the Jesuits. That's a big one because Jesuits has not been in the playoffs in several years. And Jesuits used to dominate for many years, winning many championships. So I'm still pulling for you, brother. Okay, the Broncos, a definitive win. These are all divisional matchups this week, and Most Wanted beating nighttime was a good help for me. And let's see who else. And Axe and Jesus coming. Jesus won. So probably knocked Axe out completely of contention. And here we go. Top 6. And I need the Broncos to lose, really. I need Most Wanted to lose. I need John 3:16 to lose. I just need to win, but I need the Broncos to lose. Is that a possibility? How many points we got? Not only that, the Broncos would have to lose, and I would have to score very high. So the chances are very slim for either one of us to make it. So beyond that, it looks like the Jesuits could be in no matter what. I mean, I could win and knock them out if I score over 20 points more than him, 25 points more than him next week. So there you go. All right, Christian World League. Look at this. And again, I'm a division rival with 1 and 2 with Germano. And look, here's the X factors. 2 new teams this year. Lemke's in 4th place, and North Carolina Finch Fan is in 3rd place. Look at that. Both are showing their muscles in the league. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that. If this holds, I've defeated the Raider Nation. But the 50-50 chance, look at that. That is so disgusting. So Hollister I need to get 2 touchdown pass catch today. I'm counting on you, bro. I'm counting on you. I gotta win. I gotta beat Raider Nation, man. Defending champion right here. I gotta beat him. All right. Here's the other division games. Okay, look at that. I had Fitzpatrick do it today, so that's a pretty good thing. Lucky the boss. I almost had a chance to take the division again, but I'm still second. If I win tonight and Finch Fan beating his division rival, possibly. We'll see. That's up in the air. Look at that. That's a close one too. Nobody won that one yet. Lockport definitely won. Papa definitely won, unless Julio Jones goes negative and our green goes negative. Interesting. So Papa Smashers could lose if anybody goes negative. Julio Jones didn't play, so he got a 0. So our green would have to go negative. I don't know how any defenseman has ever gone negative ever, so I'm not worried about that. So that looks like that's a win for Papa. Okay, Steelers won for sure. Army Strong won, looks like for sure, but I don't know. Jim Strong Army, has got the points, even though there's 3 more players that could have to play on Butch's team. Doesn't look like his projection will even get close. All right, so Germano has already beat Go New York, Lucky the Boss. And there is no definitive winner, me and Steve. So this is the playoff picture right now. Top 6. I want that bye, man. I definitely want the bye. I think I have 6 positions in this one as well. I'm going to check real quick. I think it's just 6 spots. And I like having just 6 spots because number one, having 6 positions. Yep, there's only 6 spots in this league. Having 6 spots is ideal because number one, it's the top people all season that go against each other and not some lazy, no moves type of person that can sneak in there in the top 8. Not saying anybody that's a bowl eligible is a top 8, like Sunday night lights and Jesus rocks. I mean, neither one of these two are sleepers. Everybody's pretty much active in this league. Papa Smashers is the only team with no moves. Steelers with only 5, but everybody's double digits in our league, and Raider Nation is 81 total, and I got 29. So this is a tough league. I'm very excited about this. I'm happy I'm finally in the running against these guys. I've never been in the top like this uh, chance to be a division champion, which reminds me of my Buffalo Bills. I'll get to that in a second. So the Fudge Bowl, I win. I win with another team, another player still on the bench or on the roster for tonight. It's a definitive win, and I got D Hunter in Michigan or Minnesota. So got that second place in my division. Water Walker comes out of nowhere and defeats quote knocking him out of the playoffs, knocking himself into the playoffs. 4 straight wins. Good job. That was awesome. All right, blue shirts. I was gonna lose or win and keep blue shirts out of their playoff spot. Finn's fan completely demolished this year. Third day is up there on top. And Tidewater beat Joyful Noise. That's a good win. And of course, Water Walker, 92 points to beat quote. That is incredible. Look at that. That looks good on you, bro. Good job, man. Good job. So now it looks like the seed is, I'll be in second. I'll get the second seed. So it looks like a third day against Water Walker and Yao against me. That's what it looks like, our playoff positions. So looking forward to that matchup next week. We start our playoffs. Finally, the Veterans League. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I am 14 points behind Easy Rider to be the points leader of my division. Second overall to just Jim's Bonnie Blue. And I'm pretty happy about that. So next week's matchup, I play number 2, who defeated my division rival, Easy Rider, definitively. And I had some big points myself. All right. So that's the long short of it for football before Monday night. I'm pretty excited for the season's end matchups. Again, we just recapped it. Looks like Being Titans are going to be either fighting in the consolation championship or let's see, nighttime. All right, so my win. No, I lost. We both lost. So this is a big one. 5-8. We're both 5-8. Lockport. All right, that's going to be a big one. Christian World League. These are all big games this week for the Week 14 regular season matchups, except for God Chasers. But yeah, man, I'll be in some postseason, so I'm excited about that. So, anywho, just want to thank you guys for tolerating my voice. It's an hour in. I got to work on some stuff. Once again, Sean P. Green, also known as Fudge in the leagues, God Chaser Sports. You can always check me out. I'm actually doing another podcast on my Facebook page, Sean P. Green Show. Doesn't really cover anything specific. It's just we have a special guest, and you come on in, and we just talk about anything. We don't have to talk about just sports. So I'm inviting anybody who's interested in being a part of that. There's a way to call in, or chime in on their phones using your cell phone as your screen. So join me if you can. I have done a couple other podcasts, but if you want to join the God Chasers group, this is the group to join because baseball will be around the corner sooner than you think. So keep it locked, man. Keep posted. Let me know what you guys up to. You can always get me on Instagram and Twitter on these sites. But God Chaser Sports is where it's at. And I do have Sean P. Green, WordPress.com. It's also GCSports2000.wordpress.com for the God Chasers franchise. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it's going to be exciting tonight to see that matchup. But what I'm most excited about is that my Buffalo Bills has a chance to beat Baltimore, Pittsburgh, New England, and the Jets and be the AFC #1 seed. There's a chance. I'm just saying, there's a chance. But beating Dallas on Thanksgiving in Dallas was a great feeling. So we got Baltimore next Sunday, and they flexed the Bills at Pittsburgh in 2 weeks to 8:20 p.m. 2 weeks before last week, they put the matchup between the Bills and the Patriots to Saturday. So Buffalo is now marketable again to the NFL. So they flexed us to 2 new matchups. It's good to know that. 4:30 in 2 weeks against Indianapolis or against New England. 3 weeks, I'm sorry, against New England, and then we'll play the Jets after that at home. And that's it, man. We should own New York State once we beat the Jets as far as New York teams. We already beat the Jets and the Giants in New York or New Jersey, actually, but they have the New York team name. So keep it locked. See you guys next week.